Hey, what's up? John Sonmez here from simpleprogrammer.com. I am in Siena, actually in Italy, just outside of Florence, the Tuscany area. You can check out, I'm in this this big square in Siena. Anyway, I thought I'd record a video since this is a nice, kind of a nice spot to do that here. This square is pretty cool. It all like slopes downward. I'd love to see what it looks like when it's raining really hard. But I thought I'd record a video that's kind of relevant to what's going on with me lately, which is it's kind of funny. You know, speaking of rain, when it rains it pours, doesn't it? Doesn't that happen? I got hit with quite a few bills and just crazy kind of people taking advantage of you type of stuff, and it made me think about just this idea, this concept. And I've talked about it a few times before. I can't even remember the video where I talked about this idea of like, essentially, like, you know, if you have success or you build some wealth and stuff, that you gotta kind of really keep in perspective that you're better off than you were before. So I'm not gonna rehash that entire point here, but what I want to talk about is the idea of more money, more problems, right, as it's called. And it really applies not just to money, but to success and to anything. And, you know, as I looked at, you know, I'll give you kind of the rundown of what happened to me, which is not a huge deal, but it could be, right? I mean, so I don't even know what the, I got like a speeding ticket, or not, running a red light ticket in Switzerland, and it's like $250 Swiss dollars. So you know, and it was with a borrowed car, so I'm probably just gonna pay it. I would fight it and say, fuck it, I'm not gonna pay them Swiss, because it's some bullshit. But I mean, I didn't really run a red light, so. But just to avoid the hassle, right? So that happens, and then what happened? This all in like 1 day time frame. Then I find out, like, I get these bills from UCSD, San Diego Medical, so, which I'm gonna do a video on that because they're friggin' rip-off scam artists. They're fraudulent billing. Horrible. I can't even describe. I had some lab work done, and normally I get lab work done. And it's like, you know, after insurance reduces it, or, you know, reprices like $7,500, they charge me like $3,000, and they bill insurance for like $4,000 or $5,000 for just some simple blood work. It was the most insane thing. And then, you know, and there was a second bill, similar type of thing. And so, you know, just crazy stuff like that. And then, you know, I get this call on one of my rental properties, and there's some flooding that happened. It was like $4,000 worth of damage, and then the next unit right next door, within the same day, like next day, you know, a call for $6,000 estimated repair with mold remediation, all this kind of bullshit. And really, in a lot of these cases, it's people trying to rip me off, honestly, like, you know, especially with the mold remediation kind of crap like that. And so it just made me realize, right? And you know, I could probably list about maybe 5 or 6 more things, because it all just kind of piled up. But I'm not going to bore you with all the details, because the details aren't important. But I'm not going to say that it didn't, you know, shake my frame of mind a little bit. Of course it did. But what it made me realize was a couple of things here. I mean, first of all, just something to realize here, that some of you are like, man, well, John's got the life, right? He's traveling Europe, you know, he's making lots of money, he's retired at a young age, got successful books and all this shit. The more shit that you have, the more money you have, the more success that you have, the more that you make, the more that you're going to have problems, like, because the more shit that can go wrong, and the bigger of the impact it is, right? If you've got a expensive rental property, or you got a lot of rental properties, and it's worth a lot of money, and they're bringing you a lot of rent, well, you have the possibility of those things being cut off, of damages, of repairs needing to be made, right? If you've got money, right, just in general, you've got more people trying to get their hands on it, more people trying to scam you, trying to take advantage of you, the more that it's known, right? I mean, it's gonna happen, right? And some of you might say, well, then you shouldn't be talking about it on YouTube. Well, you know, it's fine. I'm just gonna live my life. I'm not gonna worry. I mean, people will figure it out. You know, it's just the way that works. The more stuff, if you think of it this way, this is a good way to think of it, is that, like, you know, if you had, let's say that, I don't know why I'm gonna go to Legos here, just like to today, I'm just thinking in my head, but if you had like one Lego brick, and you're trying to protect that Lego brick, you could basically just like hold it in your hand, And you could, I mean, you could cover your whole body over it, right? And no one would even be able to see the Lego, and they wouldn't be able to take it from you without, like, you know, ripping it from you, right? But imagine now that you've got like 1,000 Lego bricks. Okay, how do you keep, you know, think of a bunch of kindergartners trying to steal Lego bricks from you because they want the Legos, and you got 1,000 of them. How do you hold that, right? I mean, you can't get your arms around, you can't put it all in your hand, you have to use your whole body, and they're still gonna be able to, like, you know, tickle you, and this is a very weird analogy, but stick with me. Anyway, they're still gonna be able to reach around and grab the Legos out, for, you know, and whatnot. So, and imagine if you had 10,000 Legos, right? It'd be probably, you'd have to hire some people to guard your Legos. And that's how it is, right? That's how life is that the more that you have, the more success you have, the more money that you have, the more property you have, whatever it is, right? The more assets that you have in your life, you're gonna have, you have more to lose, right? And you have more to protect. And so there's this balance. There's this sort of, this is why I appreciate the Stoic philosophy so much, is because you kind of have to, well, first of all, you have to think about this, right? For those of you that want more, no problem. I want more. I want to keep on, you know, building and becoming the best that I can. I want to make more money. I want to have more success, right? I want to do all those things, right? But you have to realize that there's going to be some trouble that's going to come with that. See, the thing is that a lot of you, right? I know because you email me. You think that making some money or something is going to solve your problems. What it's really going to do is it's going to, money is, I've said this before, but money is an accelerator, okay? If you're, and I talked about this in this other video where I said, you know, if you're on drugs, if you're a drug addict and you get some money, it's just going to make you more of one. It's going to accelerate the destruction. If you have bad money management habits, whatever, it's going to accelerate those things, right? And if you're good, if you're doing good, if you're good at investing, it's going to accelerate those things. So just realize that when you acquire more, that you're going to have, it's not going to solve your problems, right? So you're getting a bunch of money, it's only going to multiply your problems. It's going to accelerate, right? If you got some problems now, you get more money, you can have more problems, right? As they say. So don't think that that's going to solve the problem. But at the same time, there's a balance here, right? And going back to what I was saying about the Stoic philosophy, is that you can, you know, have the mindset, right? And I try to keep this mindset that it's all, I'm borrowing it, right? Some things have to be returned, right? And it's all on loan, okay? And so sometimes, you know, the library book is due. So they want to take it back, right? It was given to me, take it back if you need to, right? And so, but I'll enjoy it while I have it, right? And that's the thing. It's like, so when this stuff happens, right? I mean, realistically, like, and I'll fight some of these bills and stuff. Obviously, I'll fight the bills, but realistically, in a span of like, what is it, like a day and a half, I got hit with probably about $15,000 in bills, right? In unexpected, kind of ridiculous bills. So, I mean, that could really ruin someone's day, but I'm sort of used to it. Not to say that didn't shake me at all. I'm just saying, but I realized that along with, you know, these things, the success, the money, whatever it is, you're going to have these kind of problems, and you're going to have to deal with them, and you have to kind of have that mindset that's like I said, it's like like it's being borrowed, and you give it back, and you know, whatever happens. You're still better off than you were. So if you can't have that mindset, then you shouldn't be shooting for the more money and more. Then just live a more simple life, because that'll be a better life, right? The only way to like maximize their usefulness of having more is to minimize the amount that you carry. You don't give a shit about it, right? It's like, it's not like I'm not going to defend my property and be a good steward of what I have. I'm doing that. But what I'm saying is that, like, if it all gets taken from me tomorrow, I'm gonna have to be just all right with that. That's fine, right? This is how it is. It could happen. It really could, right? I mean, anything could happen in this world, right? You know, one of those guys from Nigeria, he could get me to wire all my money to him, because I got to help him out, the Prince of Nigeria and stuff. So it could happen, right? I mean, you don't know. So I'm trying to think where to go with this, but essentially what I'm saying is this: is just realize that more money, more problems, and it's not just money, it's success, right? If you think about it too, right? You know, and I've experienced this, and I've told you guys about this too, right? The more I build up my body, right, the more that I'm lifting and getting in shape and stuff, right, and putting all that work and effort into it, the more I have to lose there, right? I mean, you go and eat a bunch of junk and, you know, don't lift or run, and I'm gonna have a big loss there. Now I'll still look better than most people, right? I'll still, you know, be more fit than 90% of the population, but I will feel the loss if I choose to, right? You see what I'm saying? So whatever it is, whatever you're hoarding, whatever you're building up, whatever you're putting effort into, you've got to, I know a video I'll point to you, which is to hold on to things loosely. You can check out that video, by the way, if you're new to the channel. Click the little I to click the cards, or click the link below. I always put links to different videos. But holding things loosely, right? You got to hold everything that you have in life loosely, as if it's a gift, as if it's all gravy, and it can be taken from you any moment. And that's how you continue on. That's how you don't, you know, that's how you get $15,000 and all this shit that happens to you, and you're like, damn, you know, and you get a little distraught for a minute, and then you're like, well, fuck it, I'm just going on with my life. And hey, if it costs me some money, it costs me some money, right? Easy come, easy go. Not that, except the only problem is it's not easy come. It is easy go. So anyway, that's what I got for you today. I hope you take this to heart. Honestly, like, think about this before you embark on the path to, you know, the stuff I'm teaching on this channel can help make you successful. It can help make you money. It can help you get in shape, you achieve your goals, your dreams, for sure. But just realize that you cannot wrap your identity in those things, and you have to still hold on to them loosely. Because if you gain all that stuff and you don't have that attitude, the loss will hurt you more than if you never had it, right? If you can't have this mindset, if you can't have that kind of a stoic mindset, it would be better if you're not successful. It would be better if you don't make money. It'd be better if you just had a simple life. Just, you see what I'm saying? Because you'll have less heartache and less trouble, right? People, and I'll give you one last thing here, okay? More people jump out of windows and jump off of bridges who've had success or killed themselves than people who live in poverty, right? Think about this. I want you to think about this. Seriously, think about this. Like, how many times do you hear about, you know, a businessman jumped out of the window after he lost, you know, money in a bad stock market, or got caught in a scandal, or lost his political career, right? How many times do you hear these stories, right? Happens all the time. These people kill themselves, okay? But I'm not saying that people in poverty don't ever kill themselves. Of course they do. But what I'm saying is that it's more dangerous. It's more of a, you see what I'm saying? You have to have that mindset. So anyway, I think I'm beating a dead horse now, like I like to do. So, all right, if you like this video, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you click that subscribe button down below and click the bell and make sure you don't miss any of the videos I'm doing, especially as I'm traveling here, finishing up my tour of Europe 2017. Talk to you next time. Take care.